Welcome. In this playthrough of Marvel Champions card game, I had my first play with both Gamora and Star-Lord taking on Rhino. So as you know, when I do the pre-con decks and it's my first play, I try to keep them easy, just doing standard here. And like I said, pre-con, so no changes. This is just straight out of the box. Rhino, scheme of 1, attack of 2, 14 health per player. And attack goes up a little bit, and we go looking for the breaking and taking on his next scheme, and it'll go up to 15. We are using Rhino 1 and 2, standard cards, and the bomb scare. And on this, we just have a threshold of 7 per player, so 14, and if this stage is completed, we will lose the game. So Gamora, in her hero form, she's got 2 for thwart, attack, and defense. Finesse, as a response, after you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme, limit once per phase. Precision, response, after you play a thwart event, deal 1 damage to an enemy, limit once per phase. Hand size of 5 and 10 health. Recovery of 3. Skilled Tactician. You may include up to 6 attack and or thwart events in your deck from aspects other than your chosen aspect. It's an action, look at the top card of your deck. If that card is an attack or thwart event, draw it, limit once per round, and a hand size of 6. Star-Lord. 4 to 2, attack of 2, and defense of 1. Each ally you control gains the Guardian trait. What could go wrong? We're going to see how that works this game. As an interrupt, when you play a card from your hand, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3. Hand size of 5, hit points of 10. Recovery of 3 for setup. Search your deck and discard pile for a copy of the element gun upgrade and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Smooth Talker as an action. Choose a card in your hand. Swap that card with the top card of your deck and a hand size of 6 on this side. All right, so shuffling our encounter stack. And then for Peter Quill, getting 6 cards. Let's see what he's going to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A Daring Escape. His helmet. Adam Warlock. A Gutsy Move. Sliding Shot. And another Sliding Shot. I like the ally thing. Helmet, possibly. We'll pitch those. Get ready. Beta Ray Bill, a laser blaster, and another get ready. Then for a setup, search your deck and discard pile for a copy of his element gun. And then for Gamora, 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Uppercut. Angela, Clobber, Hit and Run, First Hit. Not impressed by any of those. We'll keep the ally. First Hit, Forward Momentum, Genius, Cross Counter, and Plan of Attack. Well, if we're going to use our ability, choose a card in your hand, swap that card with the top card of your deck. Hey, found our other gun. All right, here we go. Into the madness. What could go wrong? When you play a card from your hand, deal yourself a face count encounter card. Reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3. We're bringing in our gun. So exhaust this, spend a resource of any type, deal 3 damage to an enemy. This attack gains piercing. And we get an encounter card. Then we're going to bring in Adam Warlock, thwart of 1, attack of 1, 3 health. After he attacks or thwarts, discard a card at random from your hand. If that card's printed resource has something weird, different things are going to happen. And with that said, I think what I'm going to do, though, I'm going to bring in our helmet, discarding our other gun. Like I said, this is my first time. Don't know what's going on here. While you're in hero form, you get +1 hand size for each face down encounter card in front of you to a max of 3. All right, so now we're going to attack for 1. Down to 27. Well, the response is discard 1 card at random from your hand. I don't have any cards in hand, so nothing's going to happen. We're then going to swing for 2, down to 25, and we're done. Gamora is going to look the top card of her deck. If it's an attack or thwart event, we're going to draw it. It's not. We'll flip on over. We're going to play Angela. Thwart of 0, attack of 2, cost of 0. 3 health. After she enters play under your control, search the top 10 cards of the encounter deck for a minion. Put it into play, engage with you. Shuffle the encounter deck. If a minion was not put into play this way, discard Angela. All right, so 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Got a Hydra Mercenary or a Bomber or the Sandman. That's going to be a no. So she can take out the Bomber. That's probably where we're going to go. Choose to either take 2 damage or place a threat on the main scheme. We're going to throw some threat up there, and these get shuffled back in. Yes. All right. Then attack for 2, take out the Bomber. We're going to do a plan of attack. Search the top 4 cards. Should have done this before I flipped over. Oh well. Top 4 cards of your deck for an attack event and add that to your hand, then shuffle our deck. 0. All right, first time playing, already making mistakes. That's all right. We're the Guardians. All right, so we are going to forward momentum, remove 3 threat from a scheme, 5 instead if you played an attack event this turn. So we're moving 1 threat. Because of our ability, after we play a thwart, we deal a damage to an enemy. So down to 24. Then we're going to do a first hit, hero action, deal 2 damage to the villain. Down to 22. Since we played an attack, we can remove a threat from the scheme, but all done. Swing for 2, down to 20. And end your turn. So we have an encounter card, so we're +1, drawing 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sliding shot, a pulse grenade, blaze of glory, leader of the Guardians, Yondu, and get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, decisive blow, impede, Godslayer, decisive blow, and her sword. 2 threat, goes to attack. We're just going to take it. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, down to 6. Same thing over here, just taking it. 1, 2, 4 damage, down to 6. Counter card. And counter card. Hydra Bomber. Choose to either take 2 damage or place a threat on the main scheme. We'll take it to 3. Attached Rhino. Oh, that's a problem. Charge. Rhino attacks. The attack gains overkill. Excess damage is going to be dealt to our hero. So at the end of this attack, discard charge. That's not nice to see. Rhino heals 4 damage. So up to 24. And pass first player. All right, we're going to impede. Remove 3 threat from the main scheme. If this is the first card you played this round, return this card to your hand. So it is 3 threat removed. And we deal a damage to an enemy. Down to 23. She attacks for 2. Gets rid of him. Decisive blow. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. 7 damage instead. If you've played a thwart event this turn, we did. So we're doing 7 damage. Down to 16. And goodness, he's going to kill one of us. We're not ready for that. We're going to flip over and heal for 3. Star-Lord, doesn't think anything can go wrong. Coming in with a reduced cost of 3, so spending 1. 4 to 2 attack of 1 with no consequential damage. So attacking down to 15. We are going to bring in a pulse grenade. It's an upgrade. Hero action, discard pulse grenade and choose an enemy. We're going to go ahead and do that. Discard the top 2 cards and then counter deck. Deal 1 damage to the chosen enemy for each boost icon discarded this way. So we are doing 4 damage. Down to 11. Then we're going to spend a resource of any type, deal 3 damage to an enemy. We get piercing with that. Down to 8. Then we'll go ahead and attack for 1 more. We have no cards in hand, so not doing that ability. And we're going to flip over and heal for 3. Because what could go wrong? All right. 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, yes. And he's got another damage. So we've got another grenade, air supremacy, gutsy move, power of leadership, some jet boots, and a laser blaster that has Yondu's name written on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Set the pace, keen instincts, clobber, acrobatic move, nebula, and strength. All right, 2 threat. Scheming for base 1, just 1. Scheming for 2. All right, encounter card, encounter card. So discard an upgrade or support you control. She doesn't have any, so Surge. Surge. Rhino heals 4 damage. Up to 11. Then Surge. Shadows of the Past. So we're going to go find our Nemesis minion and some more things. And for him, that is Mr. Knife. Schema 2, attack 2, 6 health, retaliate 1. The first treachery the engaged player reveals each villain phase gains Surge. This gets hindered 2 per player plus another 2, so that's going to be a total of 6 on that. Then we'll shuffle these 3 in here. And this is a treachery that gets Surge with Surge. I'm assuming that just triggers as soon as it comes out. Discard a card at random from your hand, take a damage, place a threat on the main scheme. So discarding Air Supremacy, take a damage, threat on the main scheme. Breaking and taken, place an additional threat per player here. More encounter cards, so 4 on that. All right, that was a lot of work. All right, we're going to use our ability to swap out the top card. The next damage we take is going to hurt, so we're going to go ahead and heal up to 10. Then flip over. We're going to go ahead and let her do her action. It's a thwart action, so she can draw it. So Adam is going to thwart for 1 as a response. After you attacks or thwarts, discard a card at random from your hand. All right, since it's random, we'll wait a second on that. We are going to bring out a laser blaster attached to a guardian ally. Max 1 per ally. Gives it +1 attack and overkill. Going to spend a resource on the element gun. 3 damage. Now he will thwart for 1. And as a response, it's hard to shuffle 2 cards, but it's not going to matter. We've got a wild, so we're going to choose one of the above to deal 3 damage to an enemy. Ooh, and that was a retaliate. That was an attack. All right. Could have timed that a little better. Could have went with him first since he was going to... That just dealt 3 damage. That was a better way to play, but oh well. And because I can't learn my lesson, we're going to deal ourselves in a counter card, making this less than 3. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 2 additional threat from a scheme for each face down and counter card in front of you. So we're removing 4 threat from a scheme. Get rid of breaking and taking. Then Yondu is going to attack for 2. Then we're going to flip over. We're going to bring in Keen Instincts. So resource, exhaust that to generate a wild resource for an attack or thwart event. Then we are going to do an acrobatic move, dealing 2 damage to an enemy. Down to 7. After we play an attack event, we remove a threat. We're going to play forward momentum, using that and this to pay for it. Remove 3 threat from a scheme, 5 threat instead if you have played an attack event this turn, which we have, so removing 5 threat from a scheme. Which triggers doing a damage to an enemy. Then we're going to bring in Nebula, 4/2 attack with 2/2 health. After she enters play, search your deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. We are going for an acrobatic move. To do 2 damage to an enemy. Down to 4, then attack for 2 more, down to 2. And I think that's enough for this turn. So we are going to get 6 cards because of this and that over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I think in solo mode with him, that's going to be dangerous. It's nice to have someone else for backup just in case. So we've got Nowhere, Target Practice, Air Supremacy, more Target Practice, Daring Escape, and some Jet Boots. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So Drax, Combat Training, Impede, Set the Pace, and Keen Instincts. 2 threats. Attacking, we're taking it. It's going to be a base 5. 6 damage. We're down to 3 health. That gets discarded. Attacking over here. Angela's going to defend. For 1, 2, 3, 4. Counter cards. When revealed, you're confused. If you're already confused, it gets Surge. That makes sense for him. Then we've got a Hydra Mercenary with guard, scheme of 0, attack of 1 and 3 health. And discard a card at random from your hand, take a damage, and place a threat on the main scheme. Thank you, Star-Lord. All right, we are losing. Set the Pace. Down to 8. And up to 8. Pass first player. All right, so we're going to play Impede. No, we're not. We're going to attack for 2 to get Rhino down. So new version, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the break and take and side scheme. And he comes in with 30 health. And breaking and taken has already been brought and removed, and now it's back. It comes in with 4 threats. So we're going to use Keen Instincts and Combat Training so it can impede. Remove 3 threat from the main scheme. If this is the first card you played this round, return this card to your hand. Then we're going to use that to bring in another Keen Instincts. And, all right, we're going to stop over here on this side. Star-Lord is going to thwart to get rid of Confused. Then he's going to make a Daring Escape, deal herself a face-down encounter card, ready our hero, and draw a card. We're doing all the bad decisions. Blaze of Glory. Guardian character gets +2 thwart and attack this phase. At the end of the phase, deal 1 damage to each Guardian character. Yondu does not like that. We are going to play Blaze of Glory. Max 1 per round. Hero action. Each Guardian character gets +2 thwart, +2 attack this phase. At the end of the phase, deal 1 damage to each Guardian character. All right, so he can thwart for 4. Then we're going to bring in a target practice and another target practice as a support. As an interrupt, when an ally with a weapon upgrade makes an attack, discard this. Ally gets +2 attack for that attack. We're going to spend a resource to deal 3 damage to an enemy. Then Yondu is attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're going to ready. We're keeping Drax. 4 more cards. Energy, plan of attack, uppercut, and a plan of attack. 6 cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we've got Blaze of Glory, Air Supremacy, Cosmo, Power of Leadership, CITT, and a Daring Escape. The phase is over. Oh, yes. I needed to... He was going to Alter Ego, just for the FYI. Takes a damage. Takes a damage. Still 6 cards, so it's all good. All right, 2 threats. We're up to 7. Attacking. Nebula defends. 3, 4. Scheming for 2. Encounter cards. The villain schemes for 1, just 1. So we're up to 10 out of 14. Give to Gamora. May flip to alter ego. She will. And exhaust to remove this from the game. So unfulfilled destiny. And if Bomb Scare is in play, assign X damage among heroes and allies, where X is amount of threat on Bomb Scare. Bomb Scare is not in play. Surge. Give Rhino a tough status. Hey, that wasn't so bad, right? All right, we're going to use his ability to swap out the top card. So we're putting Air Supremacy down to get Nova Prime. Healing for 3, so we're up to 5 health. Flipping over. And we did swap out cards. What to put down there? An event. All right, he hasn't learned his lesson. Playing Nova Prime. Thor to 2, attack of 3, 3 health. We're going to bring in Cosmo. He is going to attack for 1. So when he attacks or thwarts, name a card type, then discard the top card of a deck. So we know this is an event. So he's not going to take consequential damage. That's getting rid of tough. We're going to have Gamora take an action to see if that's an attack or thwart event. Hey, it's both. She'll draw it. Oh, he didn't take the damage. Attack for 2, down to 20. And I think thwart is a problem, so he's going to hold off a second. Going to have her take an action. Plane of attack, search the top 4 cards, 7 if we're an alter ego for an attack event. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got clobber. All right, so we'll go ahead and pick that up, and these get shuffled. Yeah, thwart's the problem. He takes the damage. We are going to bring in Drax. Well, after we flip over, we've done everything there. All right. Now we have the Guardian trait. He can come in. He cannot attack minions. Thwarter 1, attack of 3, 4 health. Swing for 3, down to 17. I'm going to play hit and run using our instincts. This is an attack and a thwart, so as a response, we're going to remove a threat and do a damage. Down to 16. And the card itself deals 2 damage to an enemy and removes 2 threat from a scheme. So down to 14. Ending our turn. We will go ahead and keep clobber. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit and run, conditioning room, impede, and combat training. Over here, we get 6 cards. Ooh, this is going to go well. First, we get a laser blaster, target practice, and a bad boy. And we're going to get 3 more cards. Actually, we're going to get 4 more cards. Well, I guess we started drawing before that came out. We'll just go with the 3. Sliding shot, laser blaster, and daring escape. All right, 2 threat. Attacking. He needs help. Cosmo's going to provide it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Cosmo is out. Attacking over here. We can survive, so we're just going to take it. Base 3, 4 damage, down to 4 health. Then in counter cards, we get 1 there. Acceleration and shuffle. And Gamora gets 1. All right. Peter Quill. Discard an element gun from play. I think that's what we're going to do. So we could flip to our alter ego. We're not going to. We could exhaust Peter Quill, or we can discard an element gun from play. If you cannot, place 3 threat on the main scheme and discard this obligation. And after second thought, we're going to flip to alter ego and remove it from the game. All right, next. Attached to Rhino. Awesome. He's got a suit. Any amount of damage would be dealt to Rhino. Place it here instead. Then if there's at least 5 damage here, discard a suit. Then alter ego form. All right, that worked out for us. Surge instead of getting beat up. Discard an upgrade or support you control. We're going to lose our helmet. Then over here, Bomb Scare. Place an additional threat here per player, so that's getting 4 threat. So we just need to do 19 damage. All right, we're going to play Clobber, using these to pay for it. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this is the first card you played this round, return it to our hand. 3 damage. Attacks for 2. This now has 5 on it. We got rid of a suit. Oh yes, we played an attack event so we can move a threat from a scheme. All right, Drax is attacking for 3. Down to 11. We're going to play Clobber again, dealing 3 damage. Down to 8. We're going to play our Conditioning Room just because we can. And we might as well go Conditioning. We'll flip over. Use that. Bring this back in her hand and heal. We're up to 5 health. Prime is going to attack for 3. Down to 5 health. He's going to use his ability to put a card on top and swap it out with a sliding shot. We are going to flip over, do a daring escape, deal ourselves a face down encounter card, ready our hero, and draw a card to a laser blaster. Then we're going to play a card from our hand, getting an encounter card, deal 5 damage to it. Well, play only if we have an element gun, so I'm glad I didn't discard that. Deal 5 damage to an enemy, deal 2 additional damage to that enemy for each face down encounter card you have in front of you. So 9 damage. We only needed to do 5. And if that didn't work, we had another sliding shot for 9 more damage and a laser blaster. So we could shoot for 3. And Yondu, attack for 2. Oh yeah, and he can attack for 2. All right, I see how that works. That works better than I thought it would. So the pre-con deck's pretty good, even though it did take us a while to get through Rhino. Pretty interesting. So as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.